Just let me know when you want me to put on my camera.
Yeah, Suhani, certainly. We are live now, doctor.
Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Tanisha Keswani, and I am the host for the second day of FEMPRENEUR Conference and Awards 2022. Before we start, let me take a moment to introduce our sponsors and partners for their support. Our associate partner is FICCI Flow Ahmedabad. Our gold sponsor for this event is Loan Unit, which is unit of Big Bull Dell India Private Limited. Loan Unit is a pioneer in business auxiliary services of fresh home loan, residential purchase loan, commercial lease rental discounts, loan against residential and commercial business, purpose overdraft, working capital being mortgage consultant. Loan Unit is a corporate channel partner with various MNCs, private banks, and NBFCs. Loan Unit is Loan Unit's expertise is in terms of services such as bargain with banks. It suggests the best product as per client requirement, compares existing financial cost to save money, hassle-free documentation, doorstep service, takes profile-based calls from banks, provides transparent licensing, and gives time-framed and competitive deal. Our main partners are we begin giving back to the society, and our charity partner is Asman Foundation. Our technology partner is Swagger Unit. Our graphics designing partner is Wireframe Design. Marketing partner Sri Sharda Communication. Community partner Multitasking Mommies. Digital marketing partner Social Amplifiers. The event is managed by Pink's Event. Our venue partner is Bombay Stock Exchange, Mumbai. Our video partner is Stage Studio. Photography and videography partner is Fun Video. Our content strategy partner is Penvi Media. Our franchisee partner is SNS Super Brands. Our online PR partner is Newsboy. Other media supported by is In Time News, Colleen Tandem PR, and Gujarat Mail. Vyapaar Jagat FEMPRENEUR Awards and Conference 2022 is supported by various mentors, industry leaders, and communities. To name a few, we would like to thank all the BNI members, especially BNI Vinci Chapter, media friends, communities like Consultant Cubes, pretty much everything, JAMS, Connect, BIZO, BLL, Millennium Divas Fund, and Gujarat Traders Federation. At this point of time, I would like to introduce our founder first, Dr. Praveen Parmar. If you could start the day too. Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Tanisha, and good morning, Vyapaar Jagat. Welcome back to FEMPRENEUR Conference and Awards 2022. Let us just go back for a day. कल का दिन याद करते हैं, wherein it was a very special day, and I'm sure आप लोगों ने बहुत उसको सही तरीके से you have enjoyed all the panel discussions which was started. We have started from आज़ादी का अमृत महोत्सव and और भी बहुत सारे सेशंस थे कल के दिन के लिए, मतलब पापी बेन रबारी के पैनल डिस्कशन थे और भी सारी चीज़ें थी. हम आज फिर बहुत सारे बेहतरीन, बहुत सारे इंटरेस्टिंग स्पीकर्स को लेके आए हैं. एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू हैव speakers like Dr. Gitika Saluja, and before that we are starting with the journey of Suhani Shah, Sapna Vyas, Rohan Shah, and there are more than 15 panelists who are going to join. And in the evening, in the last, we are going to have the great gala awards evening, where we are going to announce winners for best community service in the individual as well as in the organization category. We are going to announce winners for excellence in customer experience, excellence in use of technology, excellence in health and wellness business award, excellence in trading, service, manufacturing, and there are categories wherein professional entrepreneur of the year, as well as Creative Entrepreneurs of the Years will be announced. So ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned, subscribe to Vyapaar Jagat TV, and if you are watching this particular show, you are taking part in this particular show, so just take a screenshot, put it on your Instagram, your social media handle, and hashtag Mera Vyapar Meri Pehchan. And if you have any questions, any comments, so you can put it on the YouTube comment box, and our moderators and the team will take your questions from there, and we will pass it to our speakers, and you will get your answers. So that is from my end. Have a great day, and keep enjoying all the sessions. Over to you, Dr. Tanisha. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Praveen, for that wonderful start of the day. So before we begin our session, I want to introduce our moderator for the session, Dr. Gitika Saluja. Good morning, Dr. Gitika, and welcome to day 2 of the FEMPRENEUR Conference. And let me introduce her. Dr. Gitika Saluja is a doctorate in education and dwells in developing pedagogy that supports nurturing life skills for cooperation against competition. She believes that the purpose of human life is to seed the courage to dream big and then to empower oneself with the required knowledge, skills, and attitude for realization of its purpose. Being a multi-potential person, she switches swiftly in the role of an academician, an entrepreneur, a life and work skill coach, a motivational speaker, a researcher, a collaborator, as well as an influencer. She enjoys creation and professional engagements. She heads the Varmora Center for Excellence. She has been the director of CASA Group, which is certified by Forest Stewardship Council since 2000. She's a founding partner of Boho Homes, a unique experience center for home and garden furniture and architectural accents, which is the extension of one's personality. Some of her voluntary engagements include she's also the state capital convener of CII Indian Women Network, head education and skill development council of FICCI Flow Ahmedabad chapter, state president of WICCI Life Skill Gujarat. From the year 2021 and 22 is a third year with Rotary, and in this year she shoulders the responsibility of vice chair Interact. She has also been the regional coordinator Ahmedabad Girls Empowerment Committee, and she has received many awards like the Global Teacher Accreditation Award with commendation by the British Council. She has the best idea on how to incorporate cooperative learning in the classroom by the Ministry of Education and Culture, Finland. Paryavaran Mitra Teacher on national level by NCERT, Center for Environment Education and Microsoft Create to Inspire for Edu Leader.
I think Tanisha, so let's cut it short and just come to the.
There are too many accolades. It's very difficult.
I am actually looking forward towards Suhani, because she is something which is. I mean, we are looking forward to hear her, not my introduction. So let's switch over to her.
I just want to add one small thing, that she has conducted workshops for 20,000 plus students and their parents to educate them with wearing helmets as pillion riders, and has distributed 10,000 plus helmets with the support of CSR by an MNC. So one can truly say that her work and life revolves around the 4 pillars of sustainability. Over to you, Gitika.
Thank you so much. Suhani, can you switch on your camera?
Hello, one second.
Yes, Suhani. Yes.
I am overwhelmed by your achievements, Didi.
This is something I'll be very quick to talk about, Suhani. I've seen this girl. I'll be very quick to show one picture which is very close to my heart, to my entire audience of today, and that's Suhani. And she was in 7 years, I think, in grade 4, when she was the youngest musician of the world. I mean, in the Guinness Book of World Records, she's the youngest musician, and today she's ruling as the only female magician. It's not only about magic. She actually loves to read your mind, and I'll be talking to Suhani about, because today I took this opportunity. It's like between the family, but to know more of the family members when we are interacting on such platform. Since last 2 years, Dr. Praveen, I can tell that she has changed her entire portfolio, I can say, as during the COVID time, as content creator, streamer, and you can see the fan following when it comes to Instagram, YouTube. She creates content. She just doesn't post it. She really thinks she's a creative person, and very jovial, very down to earth. And I can say that she's called Jalpari, and you can, and for others, I can just say that just for a second before, I would not like to go on and on about her achievements, and but she has worked very hard. Behind all this thing comes a very hard work, a very thoughtful, I can say, as designed or default. That question I'll be asking Suhani. The entire journey is by design or by default. So Suhani, coming to you, I'll ask my viewers, just Google Suhani Shah and you'll find everything about her. Right from pictures to her Wikipedia and to her TED Talks. And she is, I can say, inspiration for all of us and the family as well. So Suhani, coming to you, dear.
Thank you so much.
Youngest magician and today. So from third standard till 30. I would not like
First standard.
First standard till 30, this age. How do you see yourself? And that's the first thing, because my first question is it by design or it was just came one after another?
It was definitely not designed. It was definitely not planned, because I don't think anybody can plan such a life that I'm living. It has to happen with a lot of things coming in together. So the journey has been exceptionally well and also very insightful. It's been loaded with experiences, with people, with too much adventure has happened in my life so far. And I'm very excited about what comes in my life next. So I started as a kid. The first thing that happened, I think, was the art form that I chose, because choosing magic as an art form that you want to pursue in a country like India was anyway a very tricky task. And kudos to my parents to have been support. I mean, I think entire credit goes to my parents, because I'm 6 years old, I'm 7 years old, and at that time to support your kid to get into a profession that's so unconventional and that is so not related to what you are doing. So India में culture है कि magicians है तो वो अपने बच्चों को magicians बनाते हैं. My parents are not magicians, nor they come from anyway closely related to an entertainment field. तो वहां से मेरा बोलना उनको कि मुझे magic करना है, and for them to support me there, I think that is the main, for me, that is like the main thing, how parents need to support their kids, and the kid is always a genius. So when you say design or default, for me, by default, everybody is a genius. Like by default.
I just wanted to add here one question when you say, when we always think about grade 1, choosing a career in first standard.
Yeah.
People don't even know what they want to do. And you were on the stage.
Yeah.
And I think the who's of magicians were sitting in your audience to watch your show.
Yeah. I think I remember very well, because this is my father. What happened was, when I told him I want to do magic, and when he was convinced कि हाँ चलो ये करते हैं, he told me one thing, which was कि अगर देखो जादू करना है तो स्कूल या पार्टी पे नहीं, बड़ा स्टेज शो करना है. And I was like, I'm 6 years old, मेरे को कुछ भी करा लो, I'm okay with it. So I was like, yeah, okay. So it was his thought that don't waste your time. If you want to do something, do it in a larger way, do it in a nice way. Don't just waste your energy, your ability, and your talent for anything. So जब magic भी करना था, he made sure that we get an entire stage show prepared. It took like 10 months to find people, hire auditoriums. And then when the first stage show happened, I was 7 years old. It happened in Thakur Bhai Desai Hall, Ahmedabad. I think आप भी थे, भुआ भी थे, सब जन थे.
1997.
Yes, it was in 1997. We had the chief minister, the then chief minister of Gujarat. We had the entire media. We had like who's who were there in the audience, and I got a really good kickstart to my shows. And when that happened, I got contracts to perform in Bombay, to perform in the US. There was no looking back from there. It was just like वहां से journey शुरू हुई है, अब बस आगे बढ़ना है. There was never कि अब पीछे जाना है कि अब नहीं करना, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. Once we started, we only were thinking of how to keep upgrading our show, keep doing things that people like to watch. And when I grew up, my thought was very simple, that I want to prepare a show that I would like to watch. So if I'm a 16-year-old girl, I don't want to perform what I was performing when I was 8 years old. So I had to upgrade my show to a level where I would like to watch it. And I think that kept happening, and it's still happening. I still perform what I like to watch. So I'm upgrading myself and my show at the same time. So and इसके बीच में बहुत सारी journey में बहुत सारी incidences हुए, बहुत सारी काम हमने किए. Too much happened.
So what I see, Suhani, in you is you are a version which is always updating yourself. You know, when with the changing times, because that is what we are today. We are at FEMPRENEUR, and this is what we are talking about, is that the life is not going to be the same. The situation is not going to be the same. The situation changes and you need to change. So even in your profession, you have evolved, you have adapted to a lot of things, you know, right from moving from magic to illusions, to being a mentalist, to writing books, understanding, being a clinical hypnotherapist. And I want to tell you everyone that she has not even given her, she's given a 10th standard exams. So what about education? Like when, and she is now author of so many books. She is a motivational speaker, and she is now reading minds of who's. So about education, you know, I remember you wanted to give your 10th standard exams, board exams, and you said, "Naya, this is not something which I'm looking forward for." But you see her, the way she has adapted herself to the changing trends.
So I come from a philosophy that somebody who wants to learn will learn from anywhere, and the one who does not want to learn, and you can put that person to the best of the schools and they will fail. So I think learning has to come from within and not from the schools or the institutions that you go in. And I think I've been an example for that, because my actual proper schooling only happened till first standard. After that, I was only damadol, like I'm coming, I'm giving exam, I'm not giving, meri marzi hai. I was not a registered student after that. After that, I was just the school being kind, कि आपको आना है तो आप पढ़ लो, नहीं पढ़ना तो मत पढ़ो. It was just the school being kind to me, nothing else. So registered student, I was only till standard 1. 10th का I think इच्छा हुई थी, एक बार सोचा था कि हाँ चलो दे देते हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. But then I didn't realize, I felt like उसका कोई, तब तक I had written books before I was giving exams. So I felt like I didn't feel a need to prove that I have gotten my 10th standard exams, or I've got that certification, or I've passed that. मुझे वो जरूरत नहीं लगी. I thought it is not required. I'll just be, even if I spend like 1 month to study for it, I was like, I can utilize that time for much better things in life. Hence, वो education का वो 10th standard का नहीं दिया. And I feel good about it. I think I saved a lot of time in my life. I think education is all about what you want to achieve and in what sector do you want to really grow and take knowledge in. Now, I always wanted to be a stage person. I always wanted to be a magician. Uske alawa, even if I'm being a clinical hypnotherapist or a speaker or I'm writing books, education did not play a major role there. Nothing was adding up to my stage career other than my language, my confidence, my communication skills, my body language. And I think life was teaching me that way better than what a book would teach me. And I think I was happy with the career I had chosen and the way I had thought to learn. So this may not be good for everybody, but it depends on
what I think, Suhani, in this case is it's education beyond 4 walls. What are you talking about? You are educated. But it's not about sitting in the classroom. It's not about reading about the textbook. It's more about delving inside what you like, what you would like to read. And it's more beyond comprehension. It's more application and understanding. And in fact, the creation. What you have done is what education is classroom wants. They want everyone to create their own life, to design their own life. And that's what you have done. You have been creating. So my question is, what is the best creation when it comes to, what is your favorite? You have so many vlogs, you have always creative with ideas, bubbling with ideas. And I think that's what people love about you. Right from calling us Suhani Didi to Suhani, we love you, say leke, marriage proposals, leke, everything, everywhere.
Yeah.
So what is your best creation you feel which is very close to your heart and you are really proud of?
When you say creation, you're talking in terms of content, I'm assuming.
Of course.
That's very tricky because there are so many, I only do things I love. If I don't like it, I'll not do it. So it's very, you're asking me to choose. And when you talk about content creation, is legit like your baby, because you really think of an idea, you execute it, you work on it. Either you sell it to a brand, you make pitch decks, or you just execute it on your. So it's like a lot of process, you know. Definitely lesser than creating a baby, but still a lot of process. So when you ask me to choose one, it's just like choosing between ye bacha pasand hai ya bacha. So it's very tricky, but I am going to mention few things over here, not one. So there is a game show that I host on my YouTube channel, which is India's highest watched game show ever, online game show ever. It's called That's My Job. It's a very creative concept where there are two celebrities who come and guess people's professions. It could be a plumber or a pilot or a poker player or anybody. And it's loved by audience. I have done 3 seasons of it. And I am amazed as to how creative that show is. Like, I only get amazed at when I'm hosting my own show. It's because I love it. So I think that's one thing that I'm very proud of. Other than that, I'm really proud of the magic videos that I create, because I think they are very unique. And all of them, I can't choose one magic video. All of them I feel are very unique. They've been created with a lot of effort, with a lot of love. Even the collaborations I do. And if I have to say, current favorite is I'm doing a live show now. I've prepared a new live show, a new 1 hour special, and I will be touring. I'll be doing my India and international tour with it from now, mid of March. Like in few days, I'll be starting that. And the show that I've created, I think this is the best show I've ever created so far. So I'm very excited for people to watch it. So I'm very excited कि मेरा tour शुरू हो, मैं लोगों के पास जाऊँ. और इतना हमने pandemic में जी लिया है कि stage पे जाने की जो मेरी इच्छा है वो बहुत बढ़ गई है. So I'm really excited to go on stage, perform, see people, listen to the applause. Like, I love the online audience, nothing against it. But जब आपके सामने 1000 लोग बैठ के ताली बजाते हैं, I think वो अलग ही level का adrenaline rush मिलता है आपको. So yes, few things are, these would be my few favorites.
The takeaway of the people, especially, I always look forward for how do you manage such wonderful videos and all. I'm sure you have a team behind it. And most of us would like to be influencers, when it comes to Instagram, having so much fan. And I'm talking about organic fan following. It's not inorganic. It's an organic fan following. And the moment, I might have seen is 5 to 4K. And if I just open, it might have increased 2, 3, 4 more. Every second, your people are following you. Every second, I've seen that, because I've been observing that since last, because I'm not an Instagram person. But yes, today, the people who are watching would like to know if you can give some tips, because most of the women wants to excel in their profession, wants to excel in their business, and want to do well. And if their Instagram presence is, it's nice. I'm sure they will earn a good living out of it and enjoy the success as well. So any tips you would like to give them?
Okay, so
hello,
I am more on
ladies.
YouTube than on Instagram. Instagram number is also great, but YouTube has always been my main platform where I create content. So YouTube, we are at 1.8 million, and Instagram, we are 500,000. Now, my focus has always been on YouTube. Instagram is something I like to do as my personal diary. As you correctly mentioned, that the income, definitely, I never knew content creation had so much of money till I didn't start becoming a content creator, which was just 2 years ago. And you're correct. There's you can definitely make a very good living out of it, sometimes better than what I do in my live shows. There are a lot of things when it comes to content creation, and it is a trial and error process for everybody. I cannot copy somebody else's journey, because it wouldn't work for me, as my personality is different, and the audience who would like to watch me will be definitely very different than anybody else. Now, I had my own setup. I had my own process of working things around. And from what I have learned, and if I have to tell in brief, first one would be consistency. You have to be consistent in creating content, at least till a point you reach where you have made your own community. Now, after you've developed your own community where there are people following you, people are liking you, uske baad you can take a break. But till then, you have to really be consistent to give content to people, because visibility is the game. The more people watch you, the more they connect with you. And the competition is huge, because every other day, thousands of influencers are just popping up on the platform. So the consistency definitely is one thing. So even if, like for me, if I work around with my team. I think I've got an incredible team that I'm very proud of. So even if I am not able to create content, or I'm not able to shoot something because I'm doing a live show, or I'm traveling, or I'm doing into something my personal, they will make sure that the channel is not going bland for like more than 3 days. They will make sure that the video goes up no matter what. They'll shoot something, they'll refurbish content, they will make a highlight of some other stream that I've already done, and they will publish it. So that is very, very important. Secondly, creativity. Now, I think it's just logic, right? That there are so many people doing so much, and the audience who's watching you, unka attention span kam hota ja raha hai. From watching like 10 minutes, from watching movies, they've come to watching web series. From watching web series, they've come down to watching like 8-10-15 minute ke videos. Uske baad they've come down to watching Instagram, and now they've come down to watching reels and shorts and TikToks, which is max like 1 minute. अब हम अटेंशन स्पैन जितना लोगों का कम होता जा रहा है, उतना ज्यादा क्रिएटर को क्रिएटिव होना पड़ता है, बिकॉज अब हमको 3 सेकंड में ऑडियंस का अटेंशन लेना है, बिकॉज वो ऐसे स्क्रॉल कर रहे हैं, 3 सेकंड में पसंद नहीं आया, गॉन, 3 सेकंड में पसंद नहीं आया, गॉन. So you have to make sure that you get the attention. Now here you have to be more creative. So depending now, what is your forte? Are you a short form content creator? Are you a long form content creator? Are you better at writing? Are you better at scripting? Finding your own forte, like finding कि मैं किस में अच्छी हूँ या मैं किस में अच्छा हूँ, उसके ऊपर आपको खेलना. So that is another thing, being creative in your own space. And third bit would be building a community. I always say that it's important to build a community instead of just going out and posting content every day. Community building पे थोड़ा time देना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. Because वो long term game हो जाती है. जैसे आपकी एक community बनती है, आप एक आपका गेम आप लॉन्ग टर्म बना देते हो in terms of these people are now going to make sure that your community grows and more people come in. They become your representatives. So for me, when I started streaming, पहले था सुहानी दीदी stream कर रही है, but eventually it became Susha Squad. So Suhani Shah became Susha, and entirely whatever my people became Susha Squad. So now anybody who comes in, oh, I'm a part of Susha Squad. When I also heard it, ये मैंने नहीं बनाया, ये मैंने करते करते लोगों ने अपने आप को कम्युनिटी बना दी. मैंने खाली बिल्ड करा, मैंने कोशिश करी कि मैं सबको एक साथ लाऊं. बट नाउ आई फील सो प्राउड कि यार पूरा एक कम्युनिटी बन गया, हमारा सर्वर बन गया है. आई जस्ट हैव टू डे हे स्क्वाड, हाउ आर यू, एंड आई कैन हियर अ रोर कमिंग फ्रॉम द चैट. एंड so yeah, community building पे time देना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. These will be my few quick tips for content creation. But honestly, I'm also a learner right now. I'm just a 2-year-old content creator. I'm also learning what I need to do and how I need to adapt to the changing times. And I'm sure when people start, they will have their own journey, and it is so different for everybody. It can't be like एक चीज सबको बता दो और वो great content creator बन जाएंगे. It's just different.
So how, Suhani, it is like I've seen you कुछ सालों पहले भी coming on the magic shows on TVs, and now coming as a celebrity guest. In the last, I think it was a music show.
Indian Idol, yes.
Indian Idol. So who is your favorite celebrity so far whom you have interacted or read his or her mind, right from politicians to authors to actors to sports person, I think, and common man as well.
Yeah,
who was the most difficult? And
apparently when you do things with celebrities and politicians, they're very kind to you in that time. Like they don't try to be, because of course उनका भी एक reputation वहाँ बना पड़ा है, मेरा भी बना पड़ा है. So they'll be very good and kind. Giving one name is like very, like I remember.
I'm sure people are looking forward कि सुहानी किसका नाम देगी.
हाँ, अभी वो हो गया. So it is मेरे लिए कोई tricky नहीं रहा है. And I'll be very honest and very like blunt over here. I love performing for general audience way more than performing for anybody else, because वो बहुत अच्छे और legit expressions भी देते हैं. And I performed for many, and all of them have been very sweet to me. कोई ऐसा कोई weird expression नहीं मिला ऐसा कि. A lot of YouTubers that I have performed with have been super kind and very, very good. Celebrities I've performed with, I remember performing for Abhishek. All of them were good. Like I don't have one like ऐसा कुछ वो नहीं है.
You're just being diplomatic, okay? I always wanted to. Obviously, 1:1 we will answer, because I thought you might answer this, because I always wanted to ask you that. Because always gossip is always there.
Discuss करनी होती है, आप ऐसे publicly नहीं पूछते.
We'll do that. So I understood. My question here comes to women is that you are very good in investment. You invest quite a lot of money, and whatever you earn, you invest. You are very simple in your lifestyle. Whether it comes to your dressing or your living, you are very simple. So what kind of things would you like to tell the young, because there are a lot of youngsters also would be watching this entire award ceremony, young women who are earning, how would you want them to invest?
Okay, I'll just be honest. I'm still taking my guidance for money. I still keep learning from people. Like just last night I had a long call with one of the investors just to understand how should I handle my finances. So from my end, my first suggestion would be take help when you need it, because it is important. And I am in that process of taking a lot of guidance, because I've started handling my money very late in life. And again, as I said, I'm not very pro with commerce and understanding of things. So I am somebody who keeps learning a lot. Of late, yes, I'm somebody who is very wise with my money, and I invest a lot of money. In fact, I just make sure that I have my safety account, like my fixed deposits ready. But other than that, whatever money comes in, apart from my burn, I have a very small like savings and investment ka mera itna kuch difference hai nahi. I think I invest all of my money because I'm very safe with it, and the excess stays in my bank for emergencies. And now when it comes to investments, I am somebody who makes sure that I diversify my entire thing. And I'm also a risk taker. I like to keep myself very updated with what's happening in the market. So a lot of my money just goes into मेरे को खाली ट्रेंड में रहना है, मुझे खाली समझना है कि हो क्या रहा है. So even if it's a high risk market, let's say crypto and startups. So crypto and startups is a very high risk money. Like you don't think of that money even coming back to you. चल गया तो चल गया, नहीं चला तो गया. So I have like made my ratios कि मेरा इतना % मुझे जाना ही है म्यूचुअल फंड्स में, मेरा इतना % मुझे जाना ही है मेरे बॉन्ड्स में, मेरे को इतना % मेरे को डालना ही है मेरे SIPs में जाएगा. और जो बाकी बच गया है, which is my risk money, which I also call my play money, is of course going to go in all my risk taking factors. So I keep investing in a lot of startups that are coming my way now. I keep investing a lot, like every month I will market upar I will put into a bit of crypto just to understand my markets better, because tomorrow if something happens, I don't want to have FOMO. मेरे को ये नहीं होना चाहिए कि अरे मुझे इसके बारे में पता नहीं है, अरे ये क्या हो रहा है इसके, how do I do not know about NFTs, how do I don't know about these tokens, how do I don't know about metaverse. So even though if it's a high risk market, because I want to learn, because I don't want to have this thing कि मुझे पता नहीं है या अरे उधर कुछ हो गया और how did I just didn't know about it. Like as you say, मेरे को अपने आप को updated रखना, upgraded. Even though I not be highly invested into it, it will not be that मुझे उसके बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है. Today, if you have a conversation with me about literally anything in terms of finances, I will be able to give at least some input there, or at least be able to ask relevant questions. So that is how I like to keep it. But again, everybody has their own way. And I always say you should have your own understanding of how much you're earning, how much you're burning, how much you want to save, and how much you want to invest, and how much of your emergency fund is required. So that even if you don't work for 1 year, you have that money. I think it's just कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है, बेसिक है जो आई थिंक सभी लोग इसी तरह करते होंगे. तो
मैंने इसलिए आपको ये सवाल पूछा सुहानी, मैंने इसलिए आपको ये सवाल पूछा. I asked you this question because so today in our 25-30 minutes of conversation, you have given a lot of tips to the parents, because parents insisting on classroom education. I don't say education per se, but yeah, classroom education to understanding the potential of the child and how it should be groomed, to moving towards your own confidence. You said very nicely that मैं तो 6 साल की जो करवा लो, that's the confidence in the child जो बचपन में हर एक बच्चा पैदा होता है. But as and when you get covered with the life around experiences, वो confidence कम होता जाता है. So that's where you showcase this, that वो confidence अपने अंदर जो है जिससे हम पैदा हुए वो alive रखें. To moving towards updating yourself from magician to content creator as well, and then taking care of your money, because there are many women are there who just don't take care of their money as well. It's not in their hand. So that's an entire journey which we try to cover in such a short span. And और भी मिलेंगे, बातें करेंगे. There's so much, but yes, I would like to tell everyone, just Google about her and you'll get, she's an open book, and a very lovely open book. You can just Google and get to know so much about her, and keep following all of us. Thank you so much, Dr. Parmar.
Thank
Dr.
you.
Tanisha, over to you.
Yeah, doctor. So yeah,
Thank
before
you so
we'll
much
go
for
for the next session, so I personally got a few questions wherein I like one or two which I just want to ask Suhani. So So one question which I got, it is so because you have started your career from the childhood, and somebody has posted a question like, how do you learn? What were your basic source of learning? Was it YouTube or books or something else?
Learning
Was it
what?
that time when there was no YouTube?
Exactly.
And
There was no YouTube.
yeah,
I don't know. This can sound a big flex, but YouTube India launch मैंने किया था when I was 15. So there was no YouTube then. But magic की बात करें तो थोड़ा उल्टा process हुआ था. Usually what happens in magic shows is that there is a magician who then trains the assistants around what they need to perform. मेरे साथ उल्टा हुआ था. We tried to find a group of assistants. जो magicians के आसपास के जो आप लोग देखते हैं उनका ग्रुप्स होता है. So we tried to find a group of assistants. My parents convinced them to teach the 6-year-old girl के magic कैसे करते हैं. So instead of magicians teaching assistants, मेरे साथ उल्टा हुआ था. The group of assistants actually taught me how to be a magician. And because I was 6 years old, ऐसे पढ़ना लिखना नहीं आता था, so they would say dialogues and I would hear and remember them. They would design sets and I would rehearse my steps. So that's how it happened. It was a very long process. 10 महीने लग गए थे पूरा करने में. But in brief, I found assistants who could teach me how to be a magician.
superb. And that is what we call is learning from others' experience, and I think that was the similar thing. That was very powerful.
I
And
mean, that's my entire life.
superb, superb. And one very quick again one question is, if suppose you want to pass a message in one line, I know that during the session you have shared a lot of things wherein people can learn lot many things, but in one line, if you want to pass one message to a new talent, then what will be that message, Suhani?
The new talent.
Yeah, woman
I
entrepreneurs.
think I'm going to sound very cliche over here, but I think if there's a new talent, I'm just going to say one thing: follow your passion. Irrespective of your gender, irrespective of your city, irrespective of your finances, irrespective of your age, irrespective of everything, follow your passion and be desperate to be successful, so that no matter how many times you fall, you'll get up and you'll still do it. Be desperate to achieve what you want to achieve.
Superb. Thank you so much, Suhani, and thank you so much, Dr. Gitika, for moderating the wonderful fireside chat with Suhani and the journey of Suhani Shah. Thank you so much, and it's over to you, Dr. Tanisha.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And it was one of the most interesting sessions. And all I can say is, Dr. Gitika and Suhani, you're amazing. And I learned one thing is try to be a better version of yourself with each passing day, whether it's your profession or on personal front or your finances. Just keep upgrading yourself. So superb, and thank you. And now we move on to our next a big thank you for coming today. Yes.
Yep. So, Doctor, we are offline now, and yeah. So